Hey guys, I'm here today to talk to you about the OPI Neon Summer Collection for 2019. This collection is limited edition, so if there's any of these colors you want, make sure and snag them. They are available at polishedpick.com. That's where I get my OPI polishes. They also have other brands there too, but they have a really great price for the polishes and a pretty good shipping rate. Okay, so let's talk about all the polishes. All the polishes have a similar formula. They all are that satin finish. I wouldn't say they're completely matte, they're more satin. And that's typical for neon polishes. It's some kind of element that they put in them that makes them a little bit more satiny. All these are going to be opaque in at least 3 coats. They do build up very nicely. The formulas are nice and smooth, so these 3 coats aren't going to be too difficult. There is one that's probably maybe 4, and I'll talk about that when I get to it. You can probably put a white base underneath it, but it's really not necessary. I didn't do it with any of them, and I don't like to take the time to do that anyway, so it's kind of nice so you don't have to with these. Okay, so let's talk about all the polishes. The first one I have is this nice green. It's called Pump Up the Volume. It's a good balance between yellow and green, and it's a beautiful color tone, you guys. This polish is so pretty. It reminded me of Gelato. That one is definitely a little lighter and more pastel, and this one's more bright, and that one's more of a yellow tone. I knew they weren't exactly the same, but I was kind of curious to see how they compared. OPI has come out with some polishes that look like this, and I was surprised to find that this one's different from those, so that was kind of exciting. And I think I like this one the best. One of them, I think it's Tropical Me on My Cell, has a really thin formula, so that one took maybe 5 coats, and the color's a little more yellow, and this one's a little brighter and a little green. This one did take 4 coats, so it is going to take a little more time to apply it, but the outcome is definitely worth it. I also compared it to How Does Your Zen Garden Grow from the new Tokyo collection, and this one's a little bit different. They had a little different tone, and that one had quite a bit of different formula, so I like this one quite a bit. It's going to be tricky for me to pick my favorites from this collection, but I don't think I'm going to choose them all like I did with the SE collection. I'll probably have 2 or 3, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. And let's get into the swatch and comparisons. This next one is Orange You a Rock Star, and this is definitely the star of the collection in my opinion. There is something really special about this polish. It's going to be opaque in 3 coats, and it's a beautiful color. I really thought I had colors that would be exactly the same as this, but I didn't. Let me tell you what I compared it to. I thought it would be the same as SPF XXX, and I love that one, but they were so different, and this one made that one look really like red orange, burnt orange color, and the formulas are so different because this one's so bright, you guys. I love this one. It's my favorite from the collection by far, and it's really special. I think this one is definitely in my top 10 OPI now, and I think you definitely need to get your hands on this one. How many times can I say definitely? But definitely you do. It is going to take 3 coats for full opacity, and it really is just so pretty, you guys. I talked about this in my Essie video, but it's typical for these neon polishes that have that more like demi-matte finish to not last very long and to chip a little bit, and that's just kind of what comes with them. That's just how they are. And I'm going to definitely add a top coat to these to make them last a little longer, and I really do like that shiny, juicy finish. So I'm not sure that I'll wear these matte very often. I'll probably wear them shiny. And let's get into the swatch and comparisons. next one is VI Pink Passes, and it's this nice bright pink. These are my favorite type of neons to wear, these really bright, cool toned pinks. This one instantly reminded me of Hotter Than You Pink, and I've talked about that one, although I haven't talked about it for a few years, but it is one of my favorite OPI polishes, and I probably should have added it to my favorites. But it's a really nice, it has the same color base, but it has this nice kind of purpley periwinkle shimmer that's just really fine, but it does shine through in the sunshine. It's so pretty, and I like to wear it on my toes in the summer. I wore it quite often when I lived in Florida at the beaches, and it's just one of my favorite colors. But these do have the same base, but because that other one has that shimmer in it, they appear different on the nail, so I do love this one. Again, this one's going to be opaque in 3 coats, and it's just beautiful. And let's get into the swatch and comparisons. Then I have this other one called Positive Vibes Only, another one of my favorites from the collection. This one is a really nice, cool toned purple. It's really bright and fun for summer. I think I do like this one a little bit better than the purple that came out with the Essie collection, just because I like these tones a little bit more. This one has a little more pink to it. It totally reminded me of I Manicure for Beats, and I think I compared it to that one, but this one's quite a bit more bright and not as purple. This one leans a little more pink. It's so pretty, you guys. It's so pretty. Another one of my favorites from the collection for sure. And let's get into the swatch and comparisons. I thought it was kind of interesting for these next two that one was more green toned and one is more blue toned. So we'll talk about the green one first. But they did this in the OPI Tokyo collection, and I thought that was kind of interesting because they were kind of similar. But then I thought it was kind of nice because one might look better on someone else's skin tone and one might look better on the other one. And they do have a nice rainbow. It's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So it's kind of nice that they have these beautiful rainbow of colors. Okay, let's talk about this green one. This one is called Dance Party Teal Dawn, and it's really pretty. And obviously it's a very bright teal, almost turquoise, and so it's gonna look beautiful. I liked this one quite a bit better than the blue, just because I tend to like greens better than blues anyway. In the photos, I couldn't get it to turn out as quite green as it is. It's so weird. I don't know. Sometimes it's just so hard to get these colors accurate in photos, and hopefully I can adjust it a little bit so it's more correct. This one was pretty close to Essie's Garden Variety. There is a slight difference, but that was the one that it was closest to. As far as OPI polishes, they didn't really have one, at least that I had in my collection, that was pretty similar to this one. So again, it's going to be opaque in 3 coats. And let's get into the swatch and comparisons. This blue one is My Music Is Muse, and like I said before, this is a nice sky blue. It does have a hint of green in there, but definitely not as much green as the other one. It's going to be opaque in 3 coats. Again, this one's really pretty. I just tend to like greens better than blues, so this wasn't my favorite, but it's really pretty. I'm not sure about staining on these. I'll need to wear them for a little while to see if that is the case, but I would definitely recommend wearing a base coat with these blue colors, because once in a while OPI's blues tend to stain a little bit. This was closest to Essie's Strut Your Stuff, but they weren't exactly the same. So if you kind of want to know what color tone it is, OPI didn't have anything that was like super close to this one. So this is quite unique to OPI's collection too, just because it's so bright. And let's get into the swatch and comparisons. if I had to pick my top 3, it would be, I'm really having a hard time not putting the pink and the green one in here, but I definitely think I like these 3 the best. And 1 or at least 2 of these will be showing up in my summer favorites this summer, coming up pretty soon. And so first I have Pump Up the Volume, then I have Orange You a Rockstar, and Positive Vibes Only. They are so pretty, you guys. Anyway, those are my favorites. Please let me know in the comments below what your favorites were. I always love to hear that. And if you like this review, I have had a few people say they want me to kind of change the way that I do the format of my video. Comment below if you like the format or if you think some changes would be kind of nice, maybe doing the swatches while I'm talking so it's not as long and so you can just see. And people wanted more time to be able to see how the polish is dried in between, but that does just make the video longer and people tend to like shut it off after a while. So I don't want to make it too long, but I do want to give you guys what you think is most helpful. So comment below and tell me which you would prefer. Okay, I hope you guys have a good day and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.